All right, let's get started. It's 8:30 p.m. in Mumbai, where I'm joining from. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you from whichever part of the world you're joining us from. I hope all of you are staying healthy and safe. My name is Praveen, and I lead marketing for BrowserStack, and I'm really excited to kick off BrowserStack's first virtual summit, Breakpoint. We're extremely excited about the speaker lineup we have for you at Breakpoint. The team has worked really hard over the last few months to put together an amazing lineup of speakers and covering all topics around testing. Our goal here is to bring some of the best software teams in the world and have them share their best practices and lessons learned. These teams are agile, they test early, they test often, and they test continuously. We've got speakers from companies like Shopify, Twitter, the Weather Channel, and Trivago, two core contributors to the Selenium project, Robot Framework, and more. And we bring you lessons on shipping fast without breaking things. We have 17 sessions planned over the next 4 days, covering a range of topics from building a QA function to automating at scale to best practices of popular tools and frameworks from creators and maintainers themselves. So welcome all, and thank you all for taking the time to join us for Breakpoint. All right, with that out of the way, let me introduce you to our first speaker, Ritesh Arora, who is our co-founder and CEO of BrowserStack. Ritesh co-founded BrowserStack with Nakul Agarwal in 2011 to solve a problem that they were facing as developers, testing their website on IE. Right? They took more time to set up an environment to test their first website on IE than building the website itself. Ritesh and Nakul realized that millions of developers around the world must be facing the same problem. With a coffee shop for an office, Ritesh and Nakul launched the first version of BrowserStack in September 2011 with just support for one browser, Internet Explorer. In 6 months, BrowserStack had 1,000 paying customers. Now, 9 years later, BrowserStack has 25,000 plus customers, over 2 million registered developers on our platform who run over 2 million tests on our platform across 2,000 plus browsers and devices. Please join me in giving Ritesh a warm virtual welcome. Over to you, Ritesh.
Thank you, Praveen. Thanks a lot. Let me just share my screen. Okay. So a very, very warm welcome to Breakpoint by BrowserStack, a 4-day virtual summit on everything that's testing. I hope everyone is safe and healthy. So I'm very proud to announce our first global summit with over 10,000 registrations from over 115 countries and 17 speakers, sharing their experiences and best practices for the next 4 days. So we believe testing is a very important part of application development, and it's going to be more so important in the future. And our contribution towards that, this is a small step, launching Breakpoint as a global summit. Our vision is to become the testing infrastructure for the internet. And let me take a few moments to kind of explain what I mean by that. So first, we want to probably help developers with all the tools, platform, infrastructure they would need to build an amazing application that's free of bugs and provides a great customer experience. And we'll keep working towards it for the next 5 to 10 years. On the internet side, so we believe digital economy is representative of internet. Internet is the core reason we see an explosion of digital economy across the globe. And where digital economy right now represents over 15% of the world economy. And in next 15 years, it's going to get close to about half of the global economy. And thanks to COVID-19, we may see that like sooner than later. And so we want to be the testing infrastructure for half of the global economy in next 15 to 20 years, helping developers build amazing experiences for their customers. And to achieve our vision, as Praveen said, we started about 9 years back, where we have a global infrastructure of um, desktop and mobile devices globally in almost probably 4 continents. And we started with our first offering, which is the manual testing for web application for all developers and testers globally, where uh, doesn't matter whether they are making an application for a small restaurant, or they're making a marketing website, or they're making a product sitting at Google. So live, we have had over 3 million registered users in 9 years, with over 100,000 active paying users on a monthly basis. And then we launched a tailor-made automate product, which again sits on our global infrastructure to provide large-scale test automation capabilities to CI/CD teams. Then came App Live, which is a similar product to Live, but more specialized towards app developers. Uh, During COVID-19, this has seen a huge increase and a huge demand, and this is our fastest growing product in our lineup. And then comes the App Automate, which is again like kind of similar to Automate testing, but more tailored towards app developers, uh, and enabling them to test their apps with speed and large scale in their CI/CD environments. And more recently, we added 2 new products to our set of products. First is Percy for visual testing, and SpeedLab for performance testing of web apps. I'm going to speak about them more later, but and a lot more products to come. And I don't want to kind of like speak more about it. That'd be secret, but definitely we have a vision of launching a few products in the next 12 to 18 months. So we acquired Percy just a couple of months back, and we made an announcement last week. And we're super thrilled, super excited, where we believe that visual testing is the next logical step after functional testing. And we see a new trend where all the CI/CD teams, DevOps teams who have been investing in functional testing for the last few years, visual testing is their next milestone, right? To help them deliver pixel perfect UI with speed integrated as a part of their CI/CD pipeline. And we are committed to investing in Percy. We're going to innovate. And to begin with, I think we're going to power Percy with integrating it with our global infrastructure. So not just the developers can do visual testing on the Chrome and the Firefox browsers, but they can pretty much do it across like 2,000 plus browser and device combinations globally. SpeedLab is a free tool for performance testing for developers to quickly check the speed of their websites across 2,000 plus real browsers and device combinations, and just quickly assess that it's their website is how is their website performing, not just only on Chrome, but let's say on iOS browser on iPad or the Android browser on the Android devices and so on. So we just launched it about 2 months back. Super excited. The feedback has been great, and we have a lot of work to do there. So we're going to constantly improve on it. And it's in beta, so it's going to be free for a while. Moving on to the next one. So last 12 months have been very exciting for us. We have doubled the number of data centers in global locations. So we were about 6 locations, but we figured out where to provide amazing product experience to developers, we need to really get closer to them to provide like an infrastructure which is of low latency, high performance, high reliability. So we have been doing like massive scale up and investment over the last 12 months to expand our footprint. And another big one, so we have seen like, as I said, like we have 100,000 plus users actively using Live and App Live on a monthly basis. But there is one thing we found missing in manual testing as a part of like development experience, where uh, you know, teams doing building marketing websites or working on product website need access to an infrastructure, and especially when they're working remote. Um, uh, and it's not just like the QA or the testers that need access to our infrastructure, it's the entire team. And to that effect, we have been launching features to support team collaboration, team usage, and at the same time, like have a much better pricing to enable the entire team to access and use BrowserStack products. So super excited about Cypress. One of our top requested features for BrowserStack Automate, where can we provide our testing infrastructure for teams using Cypress for testing. It took us a while, but finally I'm very happy and proud to announce that now we support Cypress. It's in beta, where teams which rely on Cypress for testing in their CI/CD pipelines can run their test suites not just on Chrome, but the entire global infrastructure that BrowserStack provides now. And last but not the least, again, one of our top requested features was to improve, enhance the experience for large teams using BrowserStack. And to that, like we have been working hard for the last 6 months, and we're happy to announce like a completely improved revamped single sign-on and test insights to help testing teams get better in testing. Yeah, I want to I want to provide like a huge thanks to all the speakers which are here, which are going to be with us for next 4 days, sharing their experiences and best practices for the larger good of the testing community. And I wish all of you have a great experience. Please provide your feedback. This is, as I said, this is our just first step. This is our first year doing a global summit. We really welcome all the feedback, and so that we can improve on it. And next year, hopefully do even a bigger and a better summit for all of you in the testing community. Thank you. Thanks a lot.